Anyway, we should have good news. We should have good news in all ways for the soldiers, for Am Yisrael. It's been a long stretch of fighting, and Hashem should give us all Koach and Saturday Shema. Now, we had the source last time we learned. We were on our way to Tel Aviv, and we did very beautiful mitzvah, which we get to do every morning and night. It's one of the most important keys to Geula Shleima and to Omak Shemaim, a daily experience of godliness for Am Yisrael and for the world, for us, by us saying the Shema. It makes a yichud in above and a yichud, a unification in below. And this is something which we have to take seriously. We're meyachid, the 12 tribes, very significant why they're 12 tribes. This is brought down in Kabbalah Sfarim, what the 12 means, the 6 directions, the concepts of the 12 mazalas, 12 shvatim, 6 is 6 days before Shabbos, 6 days after Shabbos. There's a lot of penimius, this miyachid, this 12 hours of every day and every night. This Migun Yichud and Shema Yisrael, Shem Lechen Shem Echad, BORUCH Shem Lechen should be said in the proper way. This is what we learned last time, the idea that it should be said with restless and zayah, we're closing our eyes. This connects us to this blinded maiden, beautiful maiden, or maiden, who it represents. We think from the Zohar is based on Rachel and Leah. This idea of using our eyes properly. So we put the hands over our eyes and we say Shema in order to experience the yichud completely. And this gives us ability to masakin the nesoyin of Shmer Sanayim and come to levels of Kedushas of birth, which right now we're learning the Parshiot of Yosef Hatzaddick. Parshiot Yeshev, Yaakov is Yeshev, you see Yosef Hatzaddick comes, and the main Milchama is with the Indian of the other side is the Lamed Tes, Lamed Taf. I don't want to say her name, but this demonic other, the bad maid servant, the other side of the women force. It has a war with that force in the form of Eishes Potiphar and all the things that come out of that in Mitzrayim, that he ends up becoming the Mishnah Melech. But it only has, all the Ashpahs only come in the Koach of him being Shomei Bris as best he can. Maybe there was some program that still went on some very subtle level, but it was the ultimate Nesoin, and he passed it. We see in V'yeshev, in Miketz, we're going to see that it's going to come up again and again in the next few weeks. It's Avoda. And Chanukah already, we're looking at the Licht, the Chanukah Licht, and the Svarim bring down that the Chanukah Licht, the 8 nights, is connected to the 12 tribes. How's that work out? Well, one of the ways we see it revealed is through the Korban Nisim. Every day we read a different Korban of the different Nasi, a different prince of each tribe. Start off with Yehuda, Nachman ben Aminadav, and we go through the 12 tribes, Yehuda, Yisachar, Zvulun, Reuven, Shimon, Levi, and then when we get to Reuven, Shimon, Gad, and when we get to the Sheva of Ephraim and Menashe is already the 8th day. Since Menashe is also Shmona as well, interestingly. We get to the 8th day, we only have no more days to read the rest of the tribes. So what do? We read all the rest of the Korbanos of the tribes. We read the other 5 remaining. So we've got, after Menashe, we've got Binyamin, which is the Chodesh of Kislev, and then we've got Dan, Chodesh of Tevis, Dan, and then after Dan is Asher and Naphtali. Okay, so we mashlim all the Shvatim, through the Korbanos of the 8 days of Chanukah that are being read specifically during Chanukah. Chanukah's Abayas, the base of Mikdash, was built. We only really opened it for service on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, but there's a connection between Chanukah and Rosh Chodesh Nisan and the 8 days leading up to the Yom HaShmini, which we talk about when we get to Parsha Shmini soon. First, we're right now all the way in Bereshis, and we're dealing with Yosef, and we're dealing with Chanukah, and the awe of the Shvatim is there. We see at the end of Bereshis a big yichud between the Shvatim. So there's a lot of awe right now with these Torahs, how it ties into the Zman of where we're at. That's why we did this whole long introduction. The point is, we should be crying over this, because the unity for Am Yisrael and the battle with this force is, we're all going through it. Everyone's shalom bayis, everyone's Kedushas Bris Yisod is a challenge. That offense is the hardest thing there is. He sees it in all his rehabs, how addiction and it can take over a person's life. He says you should have tears over the mosris, the extras of the hamara shchora. This is this bitter black. This is in Torah Lamed Vav, again Lamed Vav Neris, and we're in Sif Daled. That we should, the part of the tears that we're crying over the extras of this depression that comes out from the spleen. Yeah, this is Nachman talks about it a lot. He was obviously busy with fighting this force. Yeah, literally. I don't know if he had nisyonos in it, like in the way we do, but he understood it in the deepest way. It's to the point where it must have been something he actually was busy with, yeah, as a tzaddik. And this negative depression force comes out from this spleen. She bechinas malchus harasha, and he understood that within the body there's this place that extracts, like seeps out, that slowly.
Okay.
Excretes, that's the word. It excretes this black, depressive chemical force into a human being and makes him into a depressed person. This force comes from the aspect of the Malchus Harasha, of the evil, wicked kingship. Now, who else do we describe as Malchus Harasha? So also connected to Chanukah, the Yevonim. Yeah, you could say Para Mitzrayim, but also Yevonim. Yevonim also connect to this wicked kingship that was around at the time of the Chanukah miracle, and we were able to be lochem successfully. We were able to win. And that's part of the Simcha and the Halabah Chanukah that we're victorious. Just like hopefully, please God, we're going to be victorious over all our enemies.
Amen.
In Iran, and they're the root level all the way to how it spreads out into Hamas and Hezbollah and any other jihadi groups. Isha Zona. This Isha Zona, this promiscuous woman, she misham nishmasen ereva. From there comes out the souls of the ereva. So all these souls that make a balagan come out with these self-hating Jews like George Soros. He's probably 100%, not probably is 100% Arab. So he comes from this promiscuous woman, however that works. I don't know if that meant his mother was this way. I never met her, I don't know. Yeah, but the chayva, the pneumius of how it wasn't the best soul came down. It was the soul of the Arab who's just caused trouble for humanity. Yeah, we all can see that in how he does things. Yeah, he's an enemy of humanity. Yeah. So he's from the Arab. Shemorid Demos, we have to cry about this. As I natchin v'yotzin l'chutz hamosvus. And through this we can push away and push outside all these extras. Now sometimes mosvus is something that we describe as when you have too much like gashmias, like overload. You know, I haven't been to one of these for a long time. You go to actually, truth is, when I was in London, it was a little bit like this. But the smorgasbord. I haven't been to a wedding. Mum is just dripping with too much, just abundance. Everything is gashmias. The pizzas, the food, everything's just. You know what I'm talking about, yeah?
Of course, yeah.
So it's then what is it connected with? Taivas Nev, with this desire for promiscuity. Haboim ma'achrias damim shaltchu, and it comes from the ma'achrias. I think means to like increase. I think the blood of the spleen. Most was kolo nishmasa malchus shemayim. So we're gonna have to get some help from it because it's very deep.
So go get that book.
Yeah, go get the English because that will help. I'll look underneath in Hebrew and from Rav. And by the way, we're dedicating this learning to Rav Chaim Kramer.
What happened?
Because he's Baruch Hashem. He had a heart attack, but he had a recovery, and he was able to even do a shir today that a lot of the chevra went to in Beitar, and he gave a shir there, and people were machazik in the shir there, and it's amazing that he was able to come out of such a major heart attack and get to give over Torah, and he should be healthy. His name is Chaim Menachem ben Leah. Should have for Shleima. Yeah, Chaim Menachem. Yeah, I was correct. I looked at the front of the book. Chaim Menachem ben Leah. So we're all the way in Torah Lamed Dalet. Are you up and up? Good. It says here, let's read underneath and over here. Kingdom of holiness corresponds to this mitzvah of a God-fearing woman. She is an aspect of the sea of the Shleima. Yeah, we did this already. This is previous. This is all in Gimel. Now in Dalet, he says here in the Shvili Amuna, apparently it's a sefer, Shvili Amuna, authored by Meir al-Dabi. It was written in 1559. This is how far back these concepts go. What's this excess matter of melancholy? Yeah, this moistness. I was correct in saying it was excess. So the mara is the gallbladder and the spleen. They ensure the body, they purify the blood. There's a good part to it, the liver and the whole thing over there. Yeah? Secreted. That's the word. Better than excretes. Secreted by the liver. They're stored in the gallbladder. This spleen absorbs some of this fluid, and according to these two organs, direct associated with the emotional state of bitterness, melancholy, and depression. It's brought down into Kuni Zohar. The spleen of the Mara compared to a pit, the pit of melancholy and So what does it mean you shed tears on these excess matter? This is why it says to cry when saying the Kriya Shema. There's restless and zir, there's trembling when you're saying Kriya Shema. Shedding tears while accepting the yoke of kingdom of holiness indicates serious desire to expel one's excess matter, one's evil traits. You're trying to expel this, and is therefore more effective than simply reciting the word of the Shema. The point is, by the crying, it shows your seriousness, your ritzuni, you really want.
But also, it's interesting, just how when we eat food, we're supposed to take in the garbage.
Yeah, we are.
And then our body is designed to clean it out. So you could say the same thing. Not that we're supposed to, but we're going to take in the precepts. We're going to take in the bad stuff.
Unfortunately,
then you have to use
spiritual
the
system.
Exactly.
The problem is most of us didn't know before we learned this Torah about the idea. We heard in Kriya Shema you meant to say it with Zeresis and Zir, with shaking and trembling. We didn't understand the panimis behind it. That's why we need Rabbi Nachman or Hatzaddick come teach us. And specifically, Rabbi Nachman seems to be the biggest doctor in this whole avoda of our generation, and all the generations since he came into the world. He revealed this. He made a dagish, an emphasis on this purification, not just of what you were saying of purifying the body through excretion and going to the bathroom and MASHA, which is something people knew about already and talked about in an open way. But on a pneumis level, there's this concept of this depressive force that we need to excrete. How do we get rid of it? Through crying over Kriya Shema. I didn't know this. This is Rabbi Nachman. Maybe it's somewhere else in Shas or somewhere. I don't know everything in Torah, but this is something Rabbi Nachman, you see, was it's to the point where you feel like he was fighting it. It wasn't just you saying over Torah. He experienced this. That's the way I experience his teaching of it. So let's see now. I
think people have said that about him, right?
Yeah, he was fighting with the other side. Yeah, he was able to conquer it. Not that he was depressed. That's a mistake way of explaining it. He was not depressed. He was fighting, facing it, dealing with it. So he could therefore teach us how to deal with it. Obviously, he was dealing on his level as a tzaddik.
You could say kind of he had the symptoms that the normal person would have been depressed by, but he wasn't because
he was Hatzaddick, and he was able to fight it, and therefore bring down Kiluim of Torah that would give us the shorish, the root of how to fight these issues that our generation is dealing with on a medical, psychological, physical, emotional level. He gave us the root, the shorish, the spiritual root of it, and gave us tools so we don't even have to go to those levels.
And in a way, it's a bracha because if you would always just have a big smile on your face, no matter what you were doing in life, then
you wouldn't be aware that you're going through this.
And then you wouldn't come to Hashem, come to learning, come to davening.
So that wakes you up. Yeah, exactly. It motivates you to then come back to the ruchnis. That's the idea of tshuva. So he says, with this lesson, we can understand what's transpired, an emotional filled union between Yaakov and the father of the 12 tribes, his beloved son Yosef. So Yosef is the tzaddik who fought this force. Yeah, it relates to Yosef fell upon his father's shoulder and cried again. And Rashi observed, we surprised told nothing of Yaakov's reaction. There seems to be none. There was a painful separation, 22 years in Mitzrayim, which we're learning about now. in the Chumash, and we're going to continue to learn till Chanukah, Parshas Vayigash, Vayichi, when it starts to be resolved. The reason our sages see is Yaakov was in the middle of reciting the Shema. He was saying the Shema. He was doing this tikkun that Rabbi Nachman was talking about. That was the tikkun, and this is brought in Shulchan Aruch. This is not just like Kabbalistic Torah. This is brought in halacha. That's one of the reasons why we say Shema. Yaakov was saying Shema, or the Shvatim was saying Shema, and then Yaakov said Baruch Shem. There was a constant dialogue of this yichud going on between Yaakov and the tribes. And this specifically was with Yaakov and Yosef in Vayigash, and then later on Vayichi was Yaakov and the tribes. The point is, he knew that one must also shed tears or to be fully protected against immorality. That's the chiddush Rabbi Nachman's bringing down. Rabbi Noson's explaining that we have to cry to be protected from immorality, and that's the key to bringing the yichud, unification, especially in our generation. Hashem should help us.
I'm going to go because I got on the block.
Beautiful. Hashem should help us cry be'emes in our Shema to bring unity. Amen.